So hello everyone, thanks for being here today. I'm Harminder Singh, an M365 solution developer at Nagaro. You can find me on X, on LinkedIn, or on Blue Sky. I'll be really happy to connect with you. I love building practical tools that make Microsoft 365 more useful. And today I'm really excited to demo a new community sample I contributed a couple of months back, the file type distribution web part. Um First of all, we'll see like why we need this kind of thing. There are certain scenarios where we actually need to see what kind of files we are storing in document library, be it for the governance purpose or for the compliance risk related things, or maybe sometimes we need to migrate certain things somewhere and we need to see whether we have certain kind of files available or not. So in those scenarios, we need to know how many or what kind of files we are storing or the users are storing in the document library. And I don't think we have any out of the box feature available which gives us this count related things or a more visual related things to see what kind of files we are having in a document library. So for to overcome that, I have created this solution which can give us a visual impression of the type of files we are having in a document library. And this web part can have this horizontal bar chart or a pie chart available. And this web part is created with the help of Fluent UI 9. We know that with the Fluent UI 9, we are having the chart options available as well. And to make it performance efficient, I have used the search refiner. So I'm not using any kind of REST calls or any CSOM calls to iterate the file types. It's all dependent upon the search refiners. So the demo time. This is the web part which will show all the document libraries we are having. If I select any library and click on analyze, it shows the default chart which I have selected in the web part property pane. As you can see, I have 13 files total, and out of those 13 files, I have zip, PNG, PDF, and other files are also there. And I can directly say that in the documents I'm storing the npm-rc file, git config, maybe those are not required. So from here I can get the idea that these files are available in the document library, and I can go to the document library and can delete these. If I go to site assets, analyze, yeah, so I have the jpg and pngs. But sometimes what happens is user thinks that site asset they can keep any kind of pictures or the videos, and from this web part we can always analyze whether users are storing these kinds of assets in the site assets library or not. If I edit this web part and check the properties, I have the property which allows me to select what kind of chart I want to show. And from here, if I select horizontal bar chart, republish it, analyze it, then I have the horizontal bar chart available. Okay, now from the implementation perspective, this web part is currently created using the Gulf version we had in the 1.21. So maybe in future I'll upgrade this web part to the newest version, the Heft one. And in this one, I have initialized SP service that is there in this service folder under this common folder. The idea is that in case in future I need to add more web parts in this solution, I don't need to refer this service from the web part itself. So it's in the common folder. That is the main idea I always keep in the web parts. I always keep the common files or the services in the common folder so that it can be referred in another web parts as well in the same solution. Okay. If I go to the SP service, I have two functions only. First one is getting all the document libraries for me which are not hidden, and the other one is the getting all the documents or the file types in a document library with the help of the search refiners. It is this particular function is having two parameters. First one is the library absolute URL, which I'm creating with the help of this host, which is basically creating the absolute URL of the tenant, which is in this form. And then we have this refiner, basically, which is file type. And once this query is executed, it's gonna give me an entry of refiner type, which will be having the name and the count, and I'm sorting based upon the count. If I go to the main component, it's having the Fluent UI 9 based combo box, which shows all the document libraries. The selection of combo box is that in case if I need to write down the name of the library, then also it will be feasible. And then I have this section which is based on whether the chart type is selected as horizontal bar chart or the donut chart. Based upon the selection, the corresponding chart is getting shown. And the real magic happens when I click on the button analyze, then this particular function is getting called, which basically calls the get file type refiners from the SP service, gives me the result, and based upon the result received, I basically decide whether I need to show the chart which is of type horizontal bar chart or the donut chart. Because from the implementation perspective of the chart, we have a different kind of structure available for the object which we need to pass in the chart. So accordingly, I'm creating that structure over here. The other thing which I have used over here is the get color from token from the Fluent UI 9, which gives me the color. And over here, I'm also passing the palette tokens based upon the index, and index I'm calculating with the help of this hash function. So this hash function is actually helping me to determine the color, and because it's based upon the name of the extension. So most of the time, if I click on this analyze button multiple times, then also this color will remain same. So this hash function is helping me in that, getting the hash value, and accordingly I'm getting the color from the palette tokens, that is again from the Fluent UI 9. And once that color is available, I provide the, or I create the object which is required by the chart, and then it gets displayed. So the current idea was that to showcase how we can utilize the Fluent UI 9, how we can utilize the search refiners. Maybe I can always extend this web part further to showcase other features as well, like what is the size of the files, how many files we are having, which we already see over here. But if I click on any of the bar, I can always open a model window which will be showing some extra detail as well, but that is planned for the future release. So that's all from my side.